After I did the whole Deadpool and Joker type of video where I basically said Deadpool would drive the Joker insane, I was immediately thinking, I mean, who else would be fire to have with Deadpool, around him, friends with him, make up some mischievous plans with him. And frankly, it made me realize that Deadpool and Harley Quinn would be absolutely perfect for each other. And I don't mean it in a romantic way. We know Deadpool obviously loves death itself, but still, I think the idea of Harley Quinn being kind of like a best friend to Deadpool would be absolutely amazing. And Deadpool feels like that kind of that good dude that kind of gives off this supportive like role, but really doesn't care. And I don't want to say it like this, but it kind of is like this. Deadpool low-key would kind of be like the gay best friend of Harley Quinn. I'm just putting it out there. I know he has a little some for Spider-Man, so I mean, I'm not judging though. Hey, if you swing that way, you swing that way. It's all love at the end of the day. But I honestly believe Deadpool and Harley Quinn would be genuinely perfect for each other for a various amount of reasons. But I want to start off with this. We obviously know they love chaos. They love this insanity that goes on. Deadpool does it all the time, and Harley Quinn loves the insanity as well, being that she is kind of insane, but not fully insane. But at the same time, they both would thrive in it. They would love either wrecking other villains' plans, causing trouble just like for the sake of causing trouble. They would both basically be able to fuel their own wild and kind of unpredictable energy together, and they would just make absolute ruckus. We're talking any villain, any hero, anybody that messes with them or kind of gets in their way or treats them the wrong way. I honestly can see Deadpool and Harley Quinn just absolutely messing with those people. Now, they're not necessarily going to be like evil or kind of these villain-like characters. Deadpool is an anti-hero, and I definitely see Harley Quinn more like an anti-hero nowadays, especially with the newer stuff when we're dealing with Harley. Harley's definitely on the side of anti-hero, definitely not hero, but definitely anti-hero. Most of the bad stuff that she ended up doing was mostly because of the Joker, and that's just another thing I want to talk about. I would love to see a kind of scene or multiple scenes or multiple episodes of Deadpool basically getting Harley Quinn out of her toxic relationship. I think that would be absolutely golden. I think it would be amazing to see Deadpool supporting Harley, kind of messing with the Joker, trying to basically expose him for who he is and get Harley out of there and get her out of the manipulative situation. And we could even have some episodes where Deadpool is that like supportive best friend that is like, dude, like this guy right here, he's horrible for you. Like you need to get out of there. And this is all the reasons why. And then Harley's like, you know what? You're right. And then she goes back to the Joker and then is like, you know what? No, he's wrong. He can change. And you get this huge like spitball of all of these kind of scenes of Deadpool trying to tell Harley like, hey, Joker is messing with you. Joker is literally kind of controlling you and trying to get Harley Quinn to understand that. And then after all that is said and done, finally when Harley is out of there, they both start messing with the Joker. They both start kind of messing with him, driving him even more insane. It's honestly a duo that I never thought would be kind of conceivable, but it's kind of one of the things that popped in my head after I did the Joker video was a duo between Deadpool and Harley Quinn. And I honestly think it would be hilarious. And frankly, it would obviously be just humorous in general because they both have some very off the beat or off the cuff humor. Obviously, Deadpool is more or less leaning toward the humor side of things. He's like Spider-Man humor if it was cranked up to 11 and you made him an anti-hero. That's literally what Deadpool is. And his humor is just outrageous. And sometimes it's not even funny. It's just like unapologetically dark humor. And it would be perfect because Harley Quinn can spit the dark humor as well, because she's been through hell and back, right? She's been through some absolute horrible things with the Joker. So she definitely can make jokes around the fact of she was basically being manipulated. She was in a toxic relationship. She would, be hurt and well, I hate to use the word, but abused by the Joker. And both Harley Quinn and Deadpool can kind of make lighthearted of that situation, even though it's nothing to bat your eye at, but that's would be in their character, to kind of make quips and fourth wall breaks and quick-witted kind of one-liners about that situation and about any other situation in general. Imagine Deadpool smashing through that fourth wall with Harley Quinn there, and Harley starts also breaking through that fourth wall. Like, she would genuinely enjoy doing something like that, and I don't think it would drive her absolutely insane. And frankly, maybe she just looks at Deadpool like her psychotic best friend. I know that sounds crazy to say, especially with Harley Quinn herself we're talking about, but imagine Harley Quinn basically thinking, oh yeah, this guy's just like a psychotic uncle basically, and Deadpool is just a psychopath, and all these fourth wall breaks, yeah, she just kind of lets him go off about whatever, and he just keeps going and going about these fourth wall breaks about the comic writers and about this and that, and Harley just lets him and kind of like acts like, yeah, those things are true, and yeah, it really sucks about those writers, like shame on the writers for making the Joker such a horrible boyfriend and stuff like that. Honestly, I think it would be hilarious, but you could even get Harley to maybe even believe in the fourth wall breaks, where we now have a Harley Quinn who also breaks the fourth wall, which would be amazing as well. And the madness behind all of their quips and all of their kind of jokes would be even more insane now, especially when they're fighting alongside each other and kind of messing with people. Because at the end of the day, they both have some very, very, very deep emotional scars. So they can both kind of, have these personas and hold these personas, but both be characters that can laugh and have fun with each other to kind of avoid or at least cope with these deep emotional scars that basically settled within themselves. Both Deadpool and Harley Quinn have gone through hell and back, and it would definitely build up their self-image of themselves, and they would just feel less alienated. At the end of the day, Deadpool and Harley Quinn both feel extremely alienated, especially when Harley separates from the Joker. She's kind of on her own, and now she can't really be your typical villain because, well, everybody sees her as the Joker's kind of girlfriend or whatever. And, well, Deadpool's kind of the same way. Deadpool can't die. Everybody can't really, relate to Deadpool. Like, literally nobody can relate to Deadpool because he's more or less immortal. He just makes jokes about the fourth wall breaks and all of these crazy things. So it's actually perfect to have two characters who basically are alienated for the most part come together and make such a dynamic duo, you could even say. All the heartbreak, all the struggle, all the identity crisis, all the emotional scars, they can basically try their best to heal them all up by going and, I don't know, ruining a parade or something, doing something stupid. And at the end of the day, we would have basically a no judgment zone, or a kind of a no judgment style of friendship between Harley and Deadpool, because they're not going to necessarily make judgments upon each other. They're just going to say how it is, because both of them have literally zero filter. Deadpool will not hold back if he thinks Harley Quinn is being an idiot, and Harley Quinn will not hold back if she thinks Deadpool is being an idiot. And let's be honest, both of them are idiots a lot of the time, so they both do some really stupid things. But Harley would obviously make jokes about the way Deadpool looks. I don't think she would really be like afraid of it though, because Harley has seen some wild stuff. I can see her making jokes about how she's seen like an actual giant monstrosity of a crocodile. She's seen a giant shark talking, like a shark that can talk. She's seen some crazy stuff. So I don't think Deadpool's at least kind of situation going on with his face would really matter to Harley that much. And Deadpool's, just ugly look, because frankly she also dated the Joker, and the Joker was not the nicest looking dude in the world. Sometimes in different kind of stories and different comics, the Joker is like disgusting looking. So I don't think Harley would have any issues with the way Deadpool looks. So that would be, of course, good. And I think Deadpool would genuinely adore Harley Quinn. Kind of like when we seen Deadpool really have like funny and like special relationships and kind of communication with characters that are like on the massively nicer side or on the massively innocent side. I feel like the best example of this is which I believe her name to be Yukio, and I believe that's in Deadpool 1 and obviously in Deadpool 2 and stuff like that. But Yukio is like a really funny character in those movies because she basically just is super nice to Wade no matter what, right? Hitting him with the, the high Wade, whatever, and they go back and forth with that. And I feel like Harley and him would have, not, I wouldn't say a similar, but like a similar sort of relationship, right? Where freaking Deadpool and Harley Quinn would kind of adore their quirks and their unapologetic style. So they'd be massively friendly, but they'd be a little bit more like edgy with their communications, right? Deadpool himself, or Wade, was extremely innocent with Yukio, with like, responding to her and stuff like that and being super nice to her. With them, they would be super nice to each other, but they would have different instances where they would be like super like brutal with each other. This unapologetic kind of unconditional, like just humor and making fun of each other, but also would not allow other people to make fun of each other as well. They would be like the perfect best friend kind of duo that you could possibly see, because I honestly think that they would have this unconditional acceptance of each other and just enjoy each other's presence and also kind of friendship in general. And I think it would be absolutely amazing to see the communication and the scenes we could possibly get with a Deadpool and Harley Quinn duo. And on top of that, we just continue to pile things on. We would see some amazing, hilarious scenes with Deadpool and Harley Quinn's maybe pet hyenas. I mean, we've seen some funny stuff involving that in the movies, which I know that's not the best example, but we've seen some funny stuff with Wade or Deadpool involving kind of Dogpool, or like this dog that is a Deadpool like figure. And I honestly think Deadpool and Harley Quinn's hyenas would be absurdly funny. It would be outrageous, but they would both love the hyenas to death. And on top of that, we've seen Deadpool do some really stupid things as well. The fourth wall breaks and all this other crazy stuff. Deadpool would obviously take on a liking to many other creatures and many other things that could possibly be snuck into a possible story, right? And just to get obviously this point across, the idea of breaking the fourth wall with these characters is just hilarious. It would be perfect. And I say it all the time when I involve Deadpool with another character. I talked about it with Deadpool and Plastic Man. Breaking the fourth wall with other characters that are kind of a little bit psychotic is always hilarious. Because when Deadpool breaks the fourth wall with heroes, they're like, oh yeah, this guy's just doing his Deadpool things. Harley Quinn may genuinely accept it / think about what he's doing, because he's breaking the fourth wall, talking about this or that, or talking about, a different universe and so on. And I honestly think Harley Quinn would be completely down with that type of humor, and they would be just trolling people, absolutely trolling people in their team ups and just making fun of their enemies, just laughing about how people are losing to them or doing this or doing that. And let's just say they somehow end up being actually perfect for each other, aka coming together as an actual romantic relationship. For starters, Deadpool's going to treat Harley Quinn better than the Joker. I know that's not really a high bar, and I get it, but still, he would definitely treat her better than the Joker. And the big romantic gestures that we could see from both Harley and Deadpool would be cinema. It would be absolute cinema. I could see Deadpool just like blowing himself up for this specifically, or Harley doing some dramatic flair of some sort to basically start out this chaotic date night or kind of bizarre decoration of love in either way, right? Maybe Deadpool to her or her to Deadpool, but we obviously know a lot of versions of Deadpool is in love with death itself. But I honestly think it would make for a pretty funny romantic duo as well, not even just a friendship duo, because at the end of the day, they both have very similar humor. I honestly think the romantic gestures would be insane. They're both anti-heroes who have been tortured and who have been kind of just messed with, and they really walk that morally gray line together perfectly, and they have been through and dealt with so much trauma. And you know what's better, or you know what's the best thing to do when you're a person with trauma? Stand by another person with trauma. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Deadpool and Harley Quinn will combine their trauma together to make for the best couple you've ever seen. But honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing them just as a duo in general. So that's why I say that Harley Quinn and Deadpool would genuinely be perfect for each other, even if you disagree it's in a romantic way. But I agree that no matter what, if they're together, if they're a duo in friendship or a duo in romance, they would be absolutely hilarious. They would be amazing to watch, and they would be a dynamic duo that we have really never seen ever in existence. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. Do you think Deadpool and Harley Quinn would be perfect for each other? Do you think they would make for a good duo? Do you think they basically would be amazing as friends, romantic, or just as a funny duo in general that can, walk that morally gray line together? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. And like I said, if you enjoyed this video, YouTube, well, they think you'll enjoy this one, so you might as well go check it out.